Hello everybody and welcome to the RaceRoom community race at Road America. Today we will be driving GT3 cars at Road America.
Hello everybody and welcome to the
We're just a bunch of different parts of the RaceRoom community, and we've all decided to have a race together for fun. So let's see what this brings. Here we have the schedule for today, all times in GMT. We'll be starting a 15-minute practice session at 7. Then at 7:15, the 15-minute qualifying, and then the 60-minute race. The race will have 2 times fuel rate, which means all drivers will have to stop for fuel once. It's up to them to decide whether or not they will take tires as well. So that could bring some strategy in depending on how badly this track affects the tires. Let me just go over our participants. There you go, here are all our participants from ESR Racing Club in the Audi R8 LMS. We have Martin Edmonds, Caleb Gonzalez, Darcy Parkinson, Vinnie Roberts, Christoph Durselen, Simeon Naku, Gideon Schultz, Faisal Giacoli, Richard DeRucci, and Dale Smith. From RRV GT in the Mercedes-AMG GT3 we have Lucas Kolb, Melt Schneider, Fabio Pietrigra, Thomas Binder, Bernd Anthony, Chris Recchi, Dieter Kera, Christian Lasse, Stefan Mubis, and Johannes Key. From CFEG in the Nissan GTR GT3 we have Sven Jansen, John Dalton, Alexander Seger, and Daniel Lee. From RR Leagues in the other Mercedes GT3 we have Greg Metcalf, Daniel Badcock, Andras Huitman, Kevin van Hulsen, Radek Paluksek, Jas Forsberg, and Nemanja Manojlovic. From OVRC, which is the community I'm in, where I usually commentate on the OVRC races together with Alex. Unfortunately, Alex is not here today, so we'll be all on my own. We have Thomas Jansen, will not be joining today. Not all of these drivers who are registered will be joining, unfortunately, due to, well, various reasons. Thomas Jansen won't be here from what I understand. We do have Victor Berlin, Thijs Dendo, Tom Dentist, which is one of the top drivers in the OVRC, Sebastian Brunier, and Mark Richard is also registered, but from what I understand, he will unfortunately not be joining either. Just waiting for the server to open now. Should be very soon. I am just waiting to receive the server password at the moment. Should be very soon, and then we can start off with the 15-minute practice session featuring the aforementioned drivers. And there we go, the server is now open and the drivers are loading in. And it seems the first car is now going out on track. It's Sven Jensen in the Nissan GT-R. He's one of the CFEG drivers. Alexander Seger also going out for CFEG. Victor Berlin in the Ford Mustang for OVRC is also out on track. And so is Tom Dentist. Van Jansen going over the main straight now, about to start the first timed lap of this practice session. As Christian Lasse just coming out of the pits, one of the Mercedes. Christian Lasse from RRVGT. We go for a little onboard with Sven Jensen. Some of the guys from ESR Racing Club are now also coming out onto the track in the Audi R8. As Sven goes around the final corner. And he is going to set the first timed lap of this session. What will it be? A 2:05.2. So it looks like Tom Dentist started his first timed lap, but unfortunately it was invalidated. Alexander Secher also just set his first lap also for CFEG. Currently half a second off Jansen, but he just improved the global first sector by 1/10. Unfortunately, it seems there's no track map available for this particular circuit. Most tracks in RaceRoom do, and that's normally I have a little track map available to me from the broadcasting interface, but not on this track apparently, which is making things a little bit more difficult to keep track of. Tom Dentist in the Mustang, improving the global first sector by almost half a second. Dentist is one of the top guys in OVRC, so we expect good pace from him, although he has not driven the Mustang before, which is a team car in this beautiful livery. Also goes fastest in sector 2. Lasse just put himself in third position, 2.4 seconds off the pace so far. Tom Dentist about to cross the line. Says he got the lap in one of our graphics, but he did not appear on the leaderboard. So it seems like he might have gotten his lap invalidated again. So you can see his teammate Thijs Dendo following behind him. Christian Lasse improving his personal sector 1 by 1/10 of a second so far. Looks like John Dalton has put himself in P2 in the meantime, 1 second off Jansen. Top 3 so far is all from CFEG. They seem to be doing very well so far in this practice session. It's about halfway done by now. As Darcy Parkinson just put himself in P2 in the Audi. The Audi of ESR Racing Club. John Dalton also improving slightly in his sector 1. And Tom Dentist going once again fastest in sector 1. Although it seems he's got his lap invalidated again. So not going entirely smoothly with track limits so far for Dentist. Hopefully he can sort that out in time for qualifying. Darcy Parkinson sets a new fastest sector 1. You can see one of the Mercedes going a bit wide onto the grass. And it seems that Parkinson has had a bit of a kiss with the wall, as his front end is looking very bent. And there we go, Parkinson puts himself fastest. The 204.3. However, Tom Dentist is looking to change that. Let's see if he can get his first valid lap in. He doesn't set a fastest sector 2, so it looks like so far Parkinson has the advantage through there. Dentist about to cross the finish line, put himself in P2, 1/10 of a second off Parkinson. Sebastian Brunier just set a new fastest sector 1. He loses a lot of time through sector 2 though. 1.2 seconds off. Thijs Dendo also sets a very fast sector 1. So it seems that the OVRC guys are doing well in sector 1 so far. Maybe just a strong sector for the Mustang, or maybe they're doing something very right. Brunier just put himself in P7. And Dendo moves himself up into P6. Bunch of people looking to improve their personal times. At the moment, Manoj Jolovic, Decker, Anthony and Plavsek, Roberts. Those guys are all improving their personal sectors. Although, it seems that Noidlovic has lost a lot of time in sector 2, so something was not gone right there. Vinnie Roberts currently down in P13, but looking very fast on this lap. Moves up into P4. Right behind Sven Jensen. And he's back in the pits. Lazarenko currently down in P15, but looking a lot faster so far. Only 50 seconds left in the practice. Then we will move on to 15-minute qualifying and then the 1 hour long race. Seems to have lost a lot of time for the final sector, so did not improve in the end. Look at John Dalton, he was on a fast lap, but he's back into the pit. 15 seconds left in practice. Can anyone still get a lap in? Like someone's trying to. However, those guys did not seem to have improved. Badcock was still trying to improve, but the session ended just before he was able to cross the finish line. And now we move into qualifying. The Mercedes seem eager to get out at first. You can see the Nissan behind. Almost all cars are out on track now, just 3 Audis currently still in the pit lane. So a lot of the cars are now just starting their first timed lap. Unfortunately, the lack of track map making this a little bit hard to follow. By the way, apology for any choppiness in the stream. I am seeing the frame rate dropping in OBS, so unfortunately there's nothing I can do about it. Unfortunately, it seems my CPU is a little bit overwhelmed by RaceRoom with this broadcast overlay. I'm not sure why it is that demanding, but apparently it is. And I've done a bunch of testing and unfortunately I wasn't able to solve that stuttering, so apologies. Normally for the OVRC races my co-host does the streaming, and I think he's got a little bit better CPU than me. Yes, Martin, all the members of a community drive the same car with the same livery. Technically some of the Nissans use different liveries, but they all look about the same colors. It's just slightly different. They're a little bit easier to tell apart. Seems like most of the cars have done their fastest lap now. P1 so far is to Tom Dentist in the Ford Mustang for OVRC to 204.1. And second it's Van Jensen in the Nissan GTR for CFEG, 1 second off. Then it's Radek Palaksek in P3 in one of the Mercedes cars, the number 70, which belongs to RR Leagues. In P4 it's John Dalton, although not anymore it seems, as Caleb Gonzalez just put himself fastest in the Audi. Here's the Audi of ESR Racing Club. 2/10 faster than Dentist. So there's a bunch of people right now showing global sector improvements. Andy Roberts now coming up to the line. Can he get out of P6? No, he stays in P6. There's Dendo, currently in P13. Pulls himself up into P8. Noilervik improves the global first sector ever so slightly, but still an improvement. There's Reki improving his personal sector 1. As Palasek also improves the global sector 1. So a bunch of people seem to be able to improve that first sector, but it's proven difficult to keep that speed going into sector 2 and 3. Baku, trying to get out of P19. And Tom Dentist, wow, half a second faster through Sector 1. And that is a big improvement. So a lot of people improving again in Sector 1, but not able to continue that into Sector 2. Victor Berlin also improves the global Sector 1. Seems that all the Fords keep doing it, so I'm guessing it's just a strong sector for the Mustang. Tom Dentist slightly off in Sector 2. Coming around the final corner. And he'll be crossing the finish line very soon. Let's see if he can put himself up into P1 with 5 minutes to go in the qualifying session. And he did not improve his time, and he's back in the pits. So that's interesting. It seems these Fords are very fast through Sector 1, but they struggle in Sector 2 and 3. Caleb Gonzalez just set a new fastest Sector 1 for ESR. John Dalton also taking the fastest Sector 1, so it seems that everyone's improving Sector 1 right now. So Gonzalez also improves Sector 2, so he'll be looking to extend his lead. Currently in P1, that looks like he'll be going a fair bit faster on this lap. And indeed he does, over half a second faster than Dentist, so Dentist has some catching up to do. Seems to struggle through the final sectors so far. Still has 4 minutes left to take P1 from Gonzalez. Bunch of private sector improvements at the moment. One of them is Christian Les, currently down in P19. He went onto the grass a bit there, but he's coming up to the line now. Let's see if he improves his overall time. He didn't. And Sebastian Brunier puts himself in P13. Alexander Sacher, currently down in 22nd position. Just under 3 minutes left in qualifying now. Sacher puts himself up into P8. Daniel Lee, improving his personal time. He crosses the finish line now, up into P13. Tom Dentist improves Sector 1 once again. Will he be able to carry that speed into Sector 2 and 3 this time? Let's find out. And again, he loses time in sector 2. As he's across the line now. Improves his time a lot. Still in P2. And no time left to improve on that time. So it looks like it will be P2 for Dentist. Quite a big gap to Sven Jensen behind him. But sticking close to Gonzalez. John Dalton still looking to improve his time. Move himself out of P5. Like he might be able to still overtake Manojlovic. Although I don't think he has enough time. Because he should just be able to finish that lap, it seems. Let's have a look at the results. You can see Caleb Gonzalez takes pole position. John Dalton moves on to P3. We have Tom Dentist in P2, Sven Jensen P4, Manojlovic P5, Blasek P6, Vinnie Roberts P7, Alexander Seger P8, Chris Recchi P9, Victor Berlin P10. And now it's gone. And we can see all the drivers lining up on the grid now. Only 6 drivers in this race. Can't see the lights, unfortunately. And they are on their way. Immediately. You can see a good start from the Mercedes there. There's a Manojlovic. Had a very good start indeed, and he moves himself on to P2. Speaking of good start, Tom Dentist up into P1 and Gonzalez down to P3. Malaksak making the move on Roberts on the inside. Can he make it stick? Roberts goes around the outside of the C1 to Nissan's going wide there and getting overtaken by Victor Berlin. Sticking close to Roberts. Alexander Sacher just making the move on Giacolli. So he didn't seem to make it stick, and in fact he got overtaken by Sebastian Brunier. Darcy Parkinson down in P23. Looking to be closing up on Daniel Badcock. Goes on the outside and get a good exit. Yes, he does. He overtook Badcock up into P22. Thijs Dendo going up the inside of Schneider. He managed to overtake him on the straight. Can Schneider come back into turn 1? I don't think he'll be able to. His Fords are very fast in a straight line, of course. Good old American V8. Not that fast in the corners, unfortunately, but very quick on the straights. It's Van Jansen closing up on Victor Berlin. But he is losing time on the straights. Brunier getting closer to Giacolli. Going up the inside. He puts his car in front. A lot happening in these first couple of laps. Giacolli is looking to take back his position, but so far Brunier is managing to stick in front. And Jansen still sticking closely behind Berlin. Gonzalez getting closer to Manojlovic. Will he make a move into turn 1? Manojlovic goes down the inside, it seems. No. And this is a very close fact now. With Roberts, Polasek, Van Jansen and Victor Berlin. Jansen making the move on Berlin. Seems that Jansen has managed the overtake and he puts himself in P4. So Victor Berlin is closing up on him on the straight. And Jansen stick in front. Berlin goes on the outside. No, he stays behind. Dendo goes to Trigger. Is Schneider behind him? Parkinson trying to get closer to Lasse. Instead, it looks like Forsberg is getting very close to him. Polasek closing up on Roberts. Going up to turn 1. Looks like Polasek will be going up the inside. Does he manage to overtake? There's a bit of contact. Oh, and one of the Nissans gets involved as well. And it looks like Van Jansen has managed to take 2 positions out of that. Polasek has managed to overtake Roberts. Although this pack is very close indeed. Victor Berlin looking to get involved as well. Roberts moves down to P8. He gets overtaken by Berlin. And Jensen around the outside. And Jensen still leading this pack. I was about to say let's go on board with Berlin, but there's no onboard cameras on the Ford. It seems Roberts moved in front of them again. Polakczak not making it easy for him though. On the inside. Oh, there's a bit of contact. Just a bit of a rub. Nothing too bad. Berlin seems to be... Yeah, Berlin has overtaken Roberts. We're on board with Raki. The next car is not really working, unfortunately. We lose a lot of time on the straights. And gets overtaken by Dendo. Roberts is in a bit of a CFEG Ford sandwich right now. Berlin in front of him, Dendo behind him. Sven Jansen looks to be pulling away from them. Speaking of pulling away, Dentist is already 7 seconds ahead of Gonzalez. Ooh, up the inside goes Dendo. So he runs wide and loses the position. Does he lose another position? Greggy goes on the inside. Dendo, looks like Dendo managed to stay ahead. Oh, I think someone went off. One of the Mercedes, but I think it was Schneider. Brunier closing up on Reki. Reki closing up on Patriga. Although Brunier runs wide, so he's going to lose a bit of time there. Collie looking to get closer to Metcalf. Sebastian Brunier has to look up the inside of Reki, but not yet close enough to make a move. To see one team Mercedes go very wide onto the grass. It was in fact Metcalf. So he has lost the position to Kirkcaldy and Daniel Lee. Polasek closer to Berlin. Vinnie Roberts getting closer to him. Someone's falling way down the order. Parkinson and Metcalf. Seems like Parkinson and Metcalf has had a bit of collision there. They were both off the road. Fortunately, we were not able to catch that. This pack is very close. Berlin, Palavsek and Vinnie Roberts. Ooh, it seems Berlin has run very wide. A side by side with Palavsek. Palavsek runs wide onto the grass. And he seems to have lost the position to Roberts. They're side by side. And Palavsek sticks behind on the main straight. There's another car falling way down the order. Sebastian Brunier has fallen way down the order, so something's not going right for him at the final corner, it seems. Back on board with Palavsek. Closing up on Roberts. Going around the outside. Does he stay behind for now? Seems that way, yes. And you can see Berlin in front of them. In the beautiful yellow Mustang. Looking to go around the outside, but not quite close enough, I think. Palavsek still close behind him. Very close battle between these three. We also have Dendo behind them, so I'm not sure if he can catch up, but we'll find out over the course of this race. As he seems to have run wide for the final corner, and lost a bunch of time. Roberts and Berlin once again. Lasser going up the inside of Naku. Seems. Here Forsberg closing up on Sacker. Ooh, he has a look up the inside. The outside, I mean. No room to make a move. Back to Vinnie Roberts and Berlin. Oh, Berlin runs wide onto the grass. That's going to give Roberts an opportunity to go around the inside. Looks like Berlin got overtaken by both Roberts and Palavsek. That was a very costly mistake there. A reminder that this race runs 2 times fuel rate, so all drivers will have to make a pit stop for fuel. It's up to them to decide whether or not they will take tires as well. So we could get some strategy involved in this race as well. Polakzak has a look up the inside, but not close enough yet. And indeed, Roberts turns very right. Seem to have lost any time there. Here's Reki. Golly. Polakzak goes up the inside of Roberts. And Berlin closing up on them again. Roberts runs wide. And gets overtaken by both Polakzak and Berlin. Dento coming up very close to behind him now. We have Chicoli and Reki. Daniel Lee. Very close racing this race. A bit difficult to keep up with all of it. So it seems that all the drivers have found themselves a nice rival. Dento making the move on Roberts. Ooh, Roberts on the inside. Stays in front. And Berlin getting closer to Polakzak. Goes up the inside now. And overtakes him on the straight, it seems. He does. As does Dendo on Roberts. Now we have Dendo in P8 and Berlin in 6th. Tom Dent is still pulling ahead of Gonzalez, currently 7.7 seconds ahead. Ooh. And Dendo stays ahead for the time being. Roberts goes up the inside. It seems Dendo has run wide onto the grass. And that's allowed Roberts to get in front. Dendo has a look up the inside again. And Jensen closing up on Jolovic. He stays. Oh, there's a bit of contact. So he lost some time because of that. Sacher. It looked like he was getting closer to Schneider, but he's just lost a bunch of time on the straight. So something has not gone right there, I guess. Oh, what's happened? I think the timing for Dentist just glitched out there. Still in P1. Lee closing up on Reki. Never mind that, Polak. Tries to go out the inside of Berlin. And he does manage to make the move. Polak moves himself up to P5. Lee and Reki. Lee goes up the inside, it seems. No, he stays behind. Roberts getting closer to Manojlovic. Berlin closing up on Polak once again. Although Manojlovic looks ready to attack him. Oh, what a close pack. Berlin goes up the inside. And managed to get in front. Mostly leading this pack. Roberts wants to go up the inside of Dando. And when the Mercedes has run wide, that was Polak. Here he is, closing up on Berlin. Here we have Manojlovic seems to have lost a bunch of positions to Roberts and Dando. Lee and Reki still close behind. And here we have Ryder, Sacher and Parkinson. Sacher ahead of this pack at the moment, but maybe not for long. Parkinson and Schneider side by side. No, Schneider seems to pull ahead on the straight. And here we have Manojlovic and Roberts. We have Parkinson on Schneider. Oh, someone spun. Daniel Lee has spun. Well, not really spun, but he ran wide and lost control of the car. Sarah closing up on Lasse. He has a look up the inside. Makes the move under the braking. These are teammates, so presumably they won't be going too rough on each other. If teams mean anything in this, it's just a one-off. Luxac still closing up on Berlin. I think something just happened to Roberts because he's just lost a lot of time. Ooh. Manojlovic on Berlin. Berlin at the inside. Manojlovic make the move around the outside. I think Gonzalez is closing up on Dentist slightly now. Dentist still has a pretty sizable gap, but it does seem to be decreasing slowly, so maybe Gonzalez has found a little bit of extra pace. Or Dentist has lost some pace. Bear makes the move. Zucker makes the move on Lasse. So Lasse trying to come back. He goes up the inside, but yes, no, he stays behind. We see Parkinson making the move on Schneider. Like Schneider ran a bit wide there, so Parkinson has managed to take the position. Luxac closing up on Berlin once again. Can he make a move into the next corner? No, he stays behind. Tom Dentist is in the pits. Question is, will he be changing tires? I'm gonna keep my camera on him for a little while so we can see what happens. Does he go up on the jacks? Or will he just take fuel? And he does change tires. Dieter Serra has had a big spin. And he continues on his way in 20th position. Dent is still in the pits. Changing tires, it's up to P19 now. Although he's done now. And he is back on track in 22nd position. Recchi and Forsberg having a close fight. Both in a Mercedes, but different teams. We have Polaksak on Berlin once again. Polaksak on the outside. Manojlovic is closing up on him as well. There they go. Oh, Manojlovic had to get on the brakes there. Something's gone wrong for Polaksak. He just lost the position to Manojlovic. As we have another pit stop from Lazarenko. Oh, and this entire pack is into the pits. Victor Berlin, Manojlovic and Thijs Dendo all in the pits together. Simply running low on fuel by now. Keep our eye on the strategy here. Will these guys be changing tires? One of them did not. Manojlovic did not change tires. It looks like Dendo is changing tires right now, and so is Berlin. So Manojlovic is going for a different strategy. As Vinnie Roberts is also in the pits now and changing tires. As is Dieter Serra. So we seem to be getting some splits in the tire strategy, which is always interesting. First does cost a fair bit of time. Change tires. So every driver will have to determine for themselves what is going to be the fastest strategy, driving the entire race on one set of tires and just changing fuels, or changing tires as well. Caleb Gonzalez is also into the pits. Now this will be interesting, because Tom Dentist, his rival for the first position, did change tires. So what will Gonzalez do? Is he going to take the risk? And it looks like he is. Gonzalez did not change tires, so that will be an interesting fight for P1. You have Badcock and Dentist. I don't think Badcock has pitted yet though. Dentist has. In fact, Badcock is into the pits now. So everyone seems to be jumping into the pits right about now. I'm guessing the fuel is starting to run out. We have a bunch more pit stops. From Chris Recchi, Pietriga, Lasse, Daniel Lee, Badcock, Naku, and Berlin has retired. Okay, that's interesting. Hopefully we can find out what's wrong with him. One of the OVRC drives in the Mustang was doing very well, but he has unfortunately retired. Maybe we'll see an explanation pop up in the OVRC Discord. Maybe not. We'll find out. And Jansen is also in the pits now, I think. Yes, and so is John Dalton. Oh, Thijs Dendo has spun. Seems the Mustang is not a very good lawnmower, unfortunately. Not really how it's supposed to be used. Dentist is up into P4 again now. Let's see, he is now 18 seconds behind his rival Gonzalez, who did not change tires. Well, Dentist did. And Dentist has been looking faster so far, so I think he will have the pace advantage. And he'll be hoping to catch up fairly quickly and take the effective P1. Everyone's jumping into the pits now. A bit difficult for me to keep track of, unfortunately. And normally with the OVRC races we are with two people, so we can have one person keep an eye on the pits while the other comments on the racing. Speaking of racing, here we have Jansen and Racky. Jansen make the move. Seems slightly in front now, but Racky slots in behind. Jansen takes P9. Roberts closing up on Badcock. Looks a bit loose through there. Roberts looking to make the move on Badcock. As Forsberg is now in the pits as well. And Roberts has Thijs Dendo closing up behind him. Roberts goes up the outside. I think there was a bit of a rub there. And there we go, he's managed to make the move. He moves up into P12. And now we have Dendo going up the inside of Badcock. Does he manage to pull ahead of Roberts as well? No, he doesn't. And he goes up the inside. And seems like he managed to make the move before the corner. So the straight line grunt of the Mustang helping him out there. Something's not quite gone right for Roberts. Through that corner it seems, although Badcock has gotten a bit closer, but he not make a move. Running out of breath a bit now. Apologies. Then those run a bit wide. And there's some contact. Endo pulling ahead again on the straight. And then those getting closer to Sarah. He goes up the outside. Does he put his car in front? He does. And there we go, he moves himself up into P11. Doing very well so far. Dendo for the OVRC in the beautiful yellow Mustang. I am not biased at all. I have nothing to do with OVRC. Just kidding, I do. You can see Roberts closing up on Badcock. Gets a bit loose. They go side by side. Roberts do. And he pulls ahead on the straight. Sarah stays behind. He got on the brakes a bit too early. Lost a few tenths. Looks like we've actually had a few retirements now, so while Luxac has retired, unfortunately we were not able to catch Y. He was having a very close fight with Berlin and a couple others, but unfortunately he is not continuing, as are Lazarenko, Parkinson and Berlin. We have Raki and Schneider. An absolutely fantastic race so far. 12.5 minutes still to go. Big question right now is the fight for the lead. Dentist on the fresher tires is closing up on Gonzalez. But is he fast enough to overtake before the end of the race? We have Bernd Anthony and Simeon Naku. Like Naku keeps it in front. As you can see, Brunier closing up, coming up behind them. Fortunately, Brunier had a big accident. He was doing quite well up until then. We have Dalton and Manojkovic. Dalton very, very close, goes up the inside. Oh, there's contact. Some big contact. Oh, once again. And Manojkovic keeps it in front. You have Forsberg and Patriga. Back to Dalton on the main straight. Dalton on the outside. And he puts it in front. As it seems that something's gone wrong for Dentist. He's just lost a few seconds to Gonzalez. There's 9 minutes, just over 9 minutes left in the race now. It's going to be difficult for him to catch up. Of course, both different strategies. Gonzalez did not change tires, Dentist did. So that's how they ended up in the order they're in now. Dentist was in front a lot of the time. Is Anthony and Brunier. Had a look up the inside, but not close enough to make a move just yet. In front of them we have Badcock and Naku. You can see Brunier and Anthony closing up behind them. Brunier getting very close now. The rear wing of Badcock. And look at Brunier behind him. Getting incredibly close now. Up the inside goes Brunier. It's quite close enough, although Badcock just went onto the grass. And looks like Brunier has put it in front on the straight. Badcock looks up the inside, but he's not close enough. Well, Anthony is closing up on Badcock. Behind them we can see Lasse and Seger. Go for an onboard with Seger. So Anthony getting very close now. Not quite close enough. One of the Mercedes has run very wide. That was Lasse, I think. Seger going up the inside of Anthony. Oh, it was Anthony who ran wide. Lasse on Badcock. Off the track slightly. Goes around the inside of Badcock. Sticks it in front. Well, you can see Brunier has pulled ahead of them. Seger and Badcock on the main straight. Can Seger get close enough to make a move into turn 1? He looks for it. And he runs very wide indeed. Has allowed Badcock to get in front of him again. I think he actually lost the position to Anthony there as well. Anthony. And Seger makes the move. Trigger getting close to Metcalf. As you can see, Raki closing up on them as well. And there's Raki. Gives us an interesting view of this battle. Metcalf and Patriga. So Raki is now getting very close to Patriga as well. Looks up the inside, not quite close enough though. Wait a second. Something's happened to Gonzalez. Tom Dentis is in P1 and I don't see Gonzalez in the list anymore, so I think he got disconnected. That must be a very painful loss indeed. Metcalf has retired. Well, hopefully we can somehow find out why these people have retired after the race. Not really able to do that right now. Oh, they go 3 wide. And Badcock was off into the barrier. Yeah, Anthony and Zachary. So I think Brunier has made a move on Sarah. So we've had 5 official retirements now and seemingly 1 disconnect. Still 20 drivers left on track. We have Vinnie Roberts getting closer to Lando, although Lando seems to be pulling ahead on the straight using the grunt of the Mustang. Roberts got a bit loose. Oh, someone spun. Chris Recchi. Not just him, and Patriga. Both teammates have spun. So we have Brunier on Neku. Gicoli making the move on New Zealand. We have Daniel Lee and Badcock. Lee up the inside. And Badcock runs wide onto the grass. They're still side by side. Badcock stays in front, although he just ran very wide. That's allowed Lee to take the position. And here we have Patriga and Recchi, guys who just had that off. As apparently Gonzalez got kicked from the server, I'm just being told in chat. Be interesting to know the reason why. Maybe it's on the Discord, but don't really see that right now. We still have some on-track action. Lasse and Sarah. And it seems the checkered flag is out. Tom Dentist has crossed the finish line. So that's a win for him. Unfortunately, and now battle towards the end there for Dentist. It could have gotten interesting if the disconnect for Gonzalez didn't happen. Seems Gavin van Usselen has stopped on the straight. So I think he may have run out of fuel. Going on board. Sounds like the engine is not running. Here we have Reki, Lessa and Sarah all driving for the same team. Getting very close to each other. And Sarah still makes the move on the straight. Seems to be hanging back. Pushing Reki a bit. And there we go. Oh, they're all together stopped on the straight. And there we have the results of this community race at Road America. And our winner is Tom Dentist in the Ford Mustang for OVRC. Second is John Dalton for CFG in the Nissan. And I lost track of the team, unfortunately. That was a very good race. I hope you all enjoyed watching it. Again, apologies for the stutter. My CPU apparently is not really made for streaming this. And apologies if I missed anything during the race. Commenting and controlling the cameras and everything on your own is quite difficult, as it turns out. And there's a lot happening on track. But yeah, I think that was an enjoyable race. I hope you all enjoyed it despite that. And yeah, if you did enjoy it, please click the like button. I think we've got some messages from Victor Berlin. Berlin's car refused to refuel, apparently, even though he had selected fuel. So that is why he retired. As I don't seem to have a reason for the other retirements available right now, but yeah, that will be the end of this broadcast. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.